Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Let's get started. And our first one comes from Pure AD 7794. Am I the beehole for being unapologetic about faking being sick for my dad's wedding? The wedding happened years ago, but my faking sick became more widely known last week. My grandma was the only person who knew the truth. She's my dad's mom and was the person who stayed with me during the wedding. While everyone else went, the reason I faked being sick is I was sad and I wasn't okay with the wedding. My dad and Kim, his wife, wanted me to get on board and find a way to celebrate their joy. I was 9, and my mom had been dead for 3 years, and I still wasn't feeling great about Kim being here. Still don't, if I'm honest. My grandma has been really close to my mom as well, and she felt an obligation to be there for me. She didn't scold me or get mad when I told her I was faking. She had it suspected anyway. She was aware I was struggling with Dad getting married again. She also knew I wasn't Kim's biggest fan. For those wondering what I had against Kim, some of that was that she wasn't my mom and I felt like she was taking my mom's place. But she was also pushy and insisted I be her junior bridesmaid and walk her down the aisle at the wedding. She would say things like it was the perfect way to start our mother-daughter relationship. And she also told me it would stop me living in the past because she knew I was upset about my mom more around their wedding. She also overwhelmed me in the months leading up to the wedding by talking about her and Dad having kids and how I needed to think of names for the future siblings because she wanted to say I named them. She wouldn't let up on the topic once she realized I wasn't enthusiastic. Anyway, my not being at the wedding was always a sore spot for Dad and Kim. My grandma and Kim also had a rivalry post-wedding. Grandma was my most important female figure, with Mom gone, and Kim wanted that to be her. She was jealous of Grandma, and Grandma didn't like Kim trying to force things. They bickered a lot over the years about it because Kim would say Grandma wasn't important at all. Last week, things took a turn, and Kim told Grandma that she was my favorite woman in the world, and I liked her more than anyone, including Grandma and including my mom. Grandma laughed at her, and Kim said she was the primary mother figure of my whole life. Kim lied and told Grandma I told her, Kim, everything that Grandma was the most unimportant in my life. Grandma then rubbed it in Kim's face that I had faked being sick for the wedding. Grandma regretted it once she blabbed, and she's working on making it up to me. But I forgive her because she's the only adult I can talk to. Dad and Kim were mad that they heard what I had done and expected me to be apologetic, but I wasn't. Dad asked if I realized how much I hurt him, and I said yeah, but he hadn't cared too much about my feelings about it either. Kim said I really hurt her because she did her best to be a loving and welcoming stepmom, and I rejected her so hard that I wouldn't even go to the wedding and 8 years on show no regret about it. Am I the beehole? Hi OP. No, you are not the beehole. Why do these step parents always think they can just like badmouth and put down your bio parent that you love and lost and think you're going to be okay with it and force themselves on you like that? It's human nature. I've said it before, but it's human nature to rebel when someone tries to force anything on you. You know what I mean? So of course they're gonna grow up hating her when she's acting so pushy and gross about it. And now what's up with your dad? I'm not even mad at him for marrying. It's been 3 years. That's fine. But he's marrying a woman who's treating his daughter like crap, and he's okay with it, and he's sticking up for the woman instead of the child that he's supposed to raise. Like, that's such a God. What a crappy dad. It sucks that your grandma blabbed, but I get it. Kim was probably trying to get under her skin, and she did, and your grandma was just like, I get it, because Kim was trying her damnedest to hurt your grandma, saying that you don't care about your mom or don't care about your grandma and only care about her, this wench in your life trying to ruin everything. Yeah, that was a good way to hurt her. Tell her that you faked being sick to go to the wedding. I'm with you. Forgive your grandma, because I probably would have lashed out at her too over her trying to hurt me and ruin and trying to say horrible things about, someone in my life that I love. So OP, you're not the beehole. And our next one comes from Junior Cruise 6490. Am I the beehole for telling my dad I'm not going to neglect my family the way he did ours? My 35-year-old male dad, 65-year-old male, always claimed to be family oriented, but by that he meant his siblings, which is good. I have two brothers and a sister, and I'll always help them out, be there for them, etc., etc. But my dad always took it to the next level. They always took top priority. He spent many nights with them instead of us. And no, we were not invited. My mom pretty much raised us on our own. He missed a lot of events. The most erroneous was when my sister, then only 6 years old, had major surgery and needed a lot of help recovering. My uncle decided around that time that he wanted to paint his entire house and asked my dad and other uncle to help. Instead of helping my mom, his wife, with their daughter, he did that and was barely home. My mom and dad often argued about this at length. My siblings and I would express disappointment at these things that took priority over us. He should hang out with extended family one-on-one, but he wished he was with us more. He told us to stop being selfish. I will say, when he was around, he did stress the importance of myself and my siblings getting along. He said when he and our mom were gone, we'd be all we had. In turn, we are all very close. But I do think a large part of it is we spent a lot of time raising each other alongside our mom. Myself, one of my brothers, and my sister agreed we didn't want to be the same when we had families. My other brother, the youngest, didn't really agree. This has led to some issues. I am now married with 3 kids myself, including a newborn. My youngest brother and his wife are doing major repairs on the house to save money. They're doing the lion's share themselves, but they expect that to also extend that to myself and my other siblings. My sister offered to watch the kids when it's needed, but she said that she can't help much outside of that. My older brother could help more as his kids are out of the house, and I said I'd help when I can, but my priority is my wife. My younger brother recently asked me to spend time this weekend helping him with repairs. It would take a lot of work, about 12 hours a day. I said I could help a few hours one day, but my wife is recovering from a C-section, and we have to deal with that. I look after the older two, 1 and 3 years old. I have to return to work, so I want to help her as much as I can. We have a mother's helper when I get back to work, but for now, I'm all she has. My brother got mad and said that this needs to get done, and he can't put it off. I said this is all I can offer. He called our dad, who then called me and said I should help. When I explained my wife had no other help and couldn't do it alone for 2 days, he said my siblings need to come first because we're all we have. I said that's not true. We each have families, and we can't always prioritize family. He kept arguing, and I said I'm not going to be him, abandoning his wife for days on end and neglecting his family. He called me an ungrateful brat. My mom says she agrees with what I'm doing, but I should have just stuck to I wasn't helping. So, am I the beehole? Edit. To those of you asking if my brother and father helped me out, and my wife out, my brother and his wife have helped out a little, and as much, and it's appreciated. My dad has not helped. Also, I do help my brother out when I can. I just can't help him that much at this moment. To those asking why I'm even helping those few hours, my wife's sister will be there, and my wife was one who told me to go when I said I initially wouldn't, as she'd be fine for a few hours with her sister. Hi, OP. You are definitely not the beehole. Your father's definitely the beehole, and even years later he's still the beehole. From hearing from the story, he's basically abandoned his family. And yeah, I understand going to help family. Like, if my brother needed help or anything like that, I would turn out and help them. But wife and children do take priority. She just had a C-section. She shouldn't, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be moving around a lot once you've had your stomach cut open, And I also think it's good on you that, yeah, even though your wife's recovering, you have a newborn, you're still making time to go help your brother. Yeah, you can't do it for 2 days, but even a couple of hours is really generous, especially in the situation you're in right now. So again, OP, you're not the beehole. Don't listen to your dad, and that sucks that your mother, is telling you should have just went along with it. I'm glad you told him. He needs to know he was a crappy father. Again, OP, not the beehole. And our final one comes from Disastrous Day 3751. Am I the beehole for being mad at the best man's girlfriend for making him choose between a dog and our wedding? My fiance, a 29-year-old male, and I, a 26-year-old female, got engaged last October over 6 years together and plan to marry this October. We both have a very complicated families, so we thought about a lot about our wedding and decided that we just wanted peace and don't want to worry about all the family drama. So we plan to get married in Italy, which is only our best man and maid of honor. It's only a 4-hour drive to a small city we once discovered on a road trip. We invited the maid of honor slash his best man to the wedding. Call him Mike, a 29-year-old male, and told him they could bring their significant other there. Also, the trip would be fully paid for, and Mike is my fiance's best friend since kindergarten. Mike's girlfriend, let's call her Courtney, a 28-year-old female, and him are together for 3 years. We were very welcoming towards her, and I befriended her also. We did a lot of things together, helped them move and build their home. Mike and Courtney are getting a dog, hopefully in September. So Mike told us he needed a different hotel because the one we chose is not dog friendly, and at the time of our wedding, October, they would probably have the dog. We apologized and looked for another hotel. Then he texted that Courtney thinks the dog wouldn't make it on the long drive, which we understood. And we said that there are probably a lot of friends and family who could take the dog. But Courtney doesn't want that. Mike told us that Courtney would probably stay home with the dog, and he would probably travel alone. Here comes the drama. The following day, Mike wrote us that he will not be able to come to our wedding because Courtney doesn't want to be alone with the dog for the weekend. Just stay for a week, jeez. And she would also like to attend the wedding. Courtney wrote to me that we could change our wedding month or the place, maybe just a wedding in our hometown, so that they could come. I said no. If we married in our hometown, the families would want to attend, and all the drama between parents and siblings would stress us out. My fiance asked Mike again if he couldn't come alone, and he finally told us that Courtney threatened to end the relationship if he doesn't stay with her and the dog. My fiance was absolutely sad and disappointed, and told Mike his feelings. He's normally not over emotional, but this was hard for him. Courtney wrote me the following day, as if nothing has happened. And I told her that I'm absolutely disappointed at her and can't understand her behavior and how she puts this dog, who is absolutely in no danger or need to have 2 people sitting him, over our wedding, and kind of expected her to apologize for all the stress she's put us through. She called me insensitive and an offensive person, a bridezilla who wants her wedding above everything, and said she couldn't accept my behavior even if I couldn't comprehend why I should apologize. I felt like I can express to friends if I'm disappointed, and I absolutely didn't write anything offensive. Edit. Sorry for mistakes. English is not my first language. Edit 2. To clarify, there is no dog yet. They talked to a breeder. He said if his dog's mama gets pregnant and he has more than 3 babies, they would get one in September. Hello, OP. You are not the beehole. That woman is the beehole and a manipulative B-word. If she told me she would break up with me if I complied like that, I'd be done with her. That person is terrible. That's a giant red flag, and I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with her. I would kick her to the curb and make sure to get my cute puppy and enjoy my life with my cute little puppy instead of dealing with a wench like her. And she has the audacity to call you, tell you all this stuff and call you a bridezilla when she wants you to completely change your wedding to something you did not want. And I'm pretty sure you spent a lot of money with the hotel, and you were even willing enough to try to find her another hotel. This ungrateful, she got basically a paid vacation to Italy, and she's still trying to make demands. Look, I love dogs. I grew up with dogs. I have dogs. I have people to watch my dogs if I need to go somewhere. And it's a weekend. It's 2 freaking days. Just go I'm pretty sure you could find a family member who wants to take care of a cute little puppy. It's not that hard. But yeah, if you could, I would tell your husband to cut off relationships with him because he's dating a manipulative woman who is not good. And I don't believe in keeping people like that around me. There's just no benefit to having her around you. She's going to be that grossly manipulative and just start ruining things for no reason. Again, OP, you are not the beehole. She is the beehole. You know what? Screw the best man, find another friend, give them a cool paid vacation, and enjoy your wedding. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. Can you please do what I said in the beginning and like, comment, and subscribe? It will really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Velvet out.